today's video, I'm going to show you how you can turn old neckties into some really cool beads. Gather your old neckties. And the beads that I made, I did make with the silk ties, but you're not limited to just silk. I have one tie here that's silk, and then I have one that's polyester. And I'm just going to show you how to use these and how I cut them up. Alright, I'm going to cut this tie up. This is the one that's 100% silk. I always cut the tags off. And normally I'll clip the tie ends. And then with a tie, they normally have like string at the bottom here. Sometimes you can just pull this string and the whole tie will come apart. I'll cut the other little end off. These can be something else. But you can take your scissors and just easily go down the tie, clipping these strings. And opening it up. So if you want to use one tie for the beads, then you'll get a good many beads. I'm usually, when I've been making them, I'm just using parts of the tie. And I haven't found a project yet for this inner part of the tie, so usually that gets tossed. So you'll have a pretty good piece of fabric here. If you want to, you can press it and get these folds out of it. Alright, I'll show you what to do next. So I'm gonna cut the whole tie into strips, and these are about 1-inch strips. They don't have to be precise. So I'm just going to go down, cut the tie in strips. That's what I'm doing. Alright, so the base of your beads is a toilet paper roll. Just a regular toilet paper or paper towel roll. You're gonna cut it down the middle, or open it up. This will be opened up. And then I'm gonna cut this into strips. I'd say they're about 1 inch. About 1 inch. You can use the first cut to measure the rest. In this tie that I cut up, I have 34 pieces of fabric. So to cover the cardboard, you might be looking at 2 to 3 pieces. So you can get about 4 pieces here. Here's what we're going to be doing. This is a piece of the toilet paper roll. And I'm just going to take hot glue and just a little bit of hot glue, glue some of the fabric down, and then wrap it. You don't have to glue continuously. You just glue here and there, and then we'll let it dry. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to go ahead and get my cardboard pieces cut, and I'll be back. So I have my toilet paper rolls cut out. And one thing to remember is keep your paper scissors separate from your fabric scissors. You don't want to cut paper with them, with your fabric scissors, and you'll be set. Alright, some of my cardboard cutting was wonky, so I just kind of went back and made sure they're pretty much even looking. You're going to take the pretty side of the fabric. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I'm going to put a little bit of glue, hot glue here on the cardboard too. And I'm going to, have it hang over a little bit. That way it'll cover. Try not to show that there's cardboard under there. And then I'm just going to wrap. And you kind of pull it tight. And you can wrap up, 1 or 2 times, and then maybe throw a little bit of glue in here. And you can throw some glue on the back side. You really don't have to glue that much. There's the end piece. Glue it down. And then I'm just going to come with another piece. Glue it around. You just want to cover the whole piece here. The glue dries pretty quick. Just trying to cover so you don't see that there's cardboard. Probably end up burning yourself. Be careful. So you're gonna end up with something kind of like this. And I'll set it aside and do some more. And then I'll show you what to do after that. I have all my pieces covered now. And what I'm going to do is roll them into a bead shape. You can pull them as tight as you want to, but remember you need whatever you're stringing your beads with, you need to have enough room to stick it in there. What I'm using for mine is some of the cording that I made using old ties. This one's looking kind of rough. And I made it shorter, and then I attached some metal clasps onto the end. So I want my hole big enough for this to go through. So what I do is I'll put some glue kind of at the beginning of it, and you're working on the inside of the bead, and then just kind of fold it around, stick it to the glue, stick it to the glue, and I'll roll it. You don't have to glue every single bit of this. Add some more glue, maybe a line across. I try not to over glue it because I don't want, glue strings everywhere. You can probably use tacky glue. I just prefer the hot glue, so it dries pretty fast. So just put a thin line and roll your bead. And you'll glue the ends. Kind of hold it. Let it stick together. Do another one, and just kind of roll it. And these haven't been drying for very long because the hot glue dries pretty quick. So I'll glue this first little piece down. I might have made this one a little too small. And I ended up with 9. So I'm gonna have 9 beads, all of the same tie. So here's 2. They've got one a little bigger than the other. And then you can be consistent and make them all the same. Mine are just some are going to be a little bigger than the others. I'll try to give you another angle here. So pretty much just go ahead before you start gluing, just kind of manipulate the bead. Kind of figure out where how big your hole's going to be. So if you see about right here, you're going to start gluing that down. And roll it. So you're probably gluing it, 3 times. And if you don't like the raggedy ends, you can trim these off. Glue the rest. After your beads are dry, it really doesn't take them long to dry. You can just string them on whatever you want. You can use old shoelace. If you've made some of the cording from an old tie, you can use that. Here I just have an empty tie. I didn't do anything to it, I just stripped it down to the fabric, and I have the beads strung on the old tie. There you go. Statement piece. Thank you for watching. Until next time, have fun and stay funky.